This is the Negro Ninja, and today I just want to say that every time you got a hunch, there's always somebody going to tell you that you're overthinking, you're delusional. Okay, you're just finding ways to cope because you're not succeeding at something. They're going to always tell you this. And once again, this is just people running from reality. It may be an attack at you, but it's more or less just them burying their head in the dirt. Okay, and then putting their ass up in the air, to be violated by rainbow zombie things that run the world. Okay, so as far as I can tell, they can keep their head in the ground by themselves. Don't try to drag me with you to get violated by this rainbow zombie shit. That's your business. Okay, I'm trying to pull your head out the ground to tell your dumb ass, what is happening behind your back. You think that it's just natural occurrences when it's not natural. You don't feel right. And you don't want me to let you know why you don't feel right? Fuck you. Okay. So whenever you got a hunch, there's always somebody coming at you like that. Okay. And if you just notice a pattern of things, how the fuck can it really just be a hunch at this point? It's just some shit that's just going on. Okay. And like I say, a good example is the stuff I'm talking about with the parking lot harassment. People go out their way to try to park behind you. And that corresponds to how I was first saying how I noticed that people always trying to line up with you and stand behind you, particularly rainbow zombies. Okay, now remember, in this scenario, I first noticed it with people, then with the cars. Okay, you don't understand why one thing is happening, then they just do something else. I'm like, this is stupid too. I don't quite get it, but this still lines up with this one. Okay. But to be honest with you, prior to both of those, I have always noticed this weird motherfucker at a job. It's just strange to be looking at you and then make their way over to you. Hey, what's up? Okay, and it's just weird. Okay, and before you know it, this person is basically making things more difficult for you, just basically being a burden to you, by not pulling their weight and etc. But prior to that, okay, and I know everybody can relate to this. Your fair weather friends. Like I said, these people are weird. You'll be catching people looking strange and stuff, but the reality is your fair weather friends was doing the same thing. You just didn't see them looking weird at you. And they just set it up to where it just seemed like y'all met at a place and just became associates. Okay, so I'm finished to elaborate on the weird part at the jobs, because like I said, the more recent example is the current job, to where there's this dude that has the same energy as that dude that sabotaged me with Maya. The same dude that was driving me around to do comedy, and how he was sabotaging me by pretending to book shit when he was not booking it when he was supposed to. And sometimes when we get invited to places due to my skills and impressing people, they'll say, hey, come here. And they'll tell me, they'll invite us both because they know I don't have a car. He caught on to that. He stopped taking me to comedy, open mics and shit, just hating all together. So this dude got the same aura, same vibe. They both African. He's light skinned, and the dude that I was just saying took me to the comedy shows was dark skinned. Both from Africa, but just different places. Same demeanor, same physique. Except one is old enough to be my daddy, one is roughly the same age. Okay, now the one that's old enough to be my daddy is the one that worked with me. Alright. So, I just figured this dude is weird. I'm like, something's off about him. He seemed familiar, awfully familiar. Okay. But as far as I can tell, I'm like, you ain't fuck with me. Everybody cool. Then he just started being a nuisance because he's not pulling his weight, a burden. Okay, so the first day, I noticed that the lady that was helping me, she comes to my desk and she's helping me and all this type of stuff. And I end up losing the pen. Okay. Now stay with me. I lost the pen. I'm like, what the fuck is my pen? And I just had it. Because it's pandemonium all over the place. That pen disappears, then I get her pen. I'm running with her shit. I'm like, okay, then she comes back looking for her pen. I give her back her pen. I'm like, so where's my pen? Okay. And it turns out that motherfucker had it the whole time. That dude that I said is a burden because he's not pulling his weight. How the fuck did he get my pen? He was not at my desk. Okay. He was not at my desk. It turns out that the lady that was over there, just helping me and all this type of stuff, wasn't really all that aware like I thought she was. And she took my pen and gave it to him. And he said, oh, is this your pen? Okay, I'm like, what the hell? Okay, he gave it back, and I was like, it kind of right weird. He said, oh, it right good for me. I said, I'm gonna get another one anyway. And it turns out that it did right good, but I think that was just a metaphor for something. Okay, but he didn't do shit, but ended up with my shit. That didn't make any sense. Now, it's funny because I'm always complaining about inferior people basically leveraging energy from the superior men. Okay, now once again, if that's not proof, then I don't know what proof is. Didn't do shit. Job was much easier for him, despite the fact that he's nowhere near as competent as I am. Okay, all the headaches, you know, he didn't get any headaches. He causing headaches. Okay, he had no static. I get all the static. He ain't doing shit. They can talk behind his back, but I was the one that was confronted 2 times for having backbone. Okay, first time I had backbone, I was telling somebody to stop asking me all them questions in a nice way. Everybody looking, one of the supervisors. I feel his aura from my periphery. I'm like, I think I can tell what look he did. And then when I was telling this lady that I was not finna pick up another dude's box, is when he's right there. And he tried to linger off a little bit. I'm like, he right there, tell him to do it. Yeah, I know your rotator cuff is fucked up, but that's why he's here. Yeah, we pitching in, but he can pitch in for his shit. It ain't that damn busy. And that was static right there. That was stressful. I'm like, no, you tell him to do it. I know he is annoying you because he's incompetent, but y'all finna teach this nigga. Y'all shouldn't hide him. The more capable person should never have to suffer for your incompetent choice. You shouldn't have picked the motherfucker to work for you. Okay, do I get paid double because he's incompetent? Make the motherfucker do the shit you tell him to do. Then he takes it. Oh, what you say? Put it on the wall. So he takes it, open the door, and put it on the wall outside. I'm like, he clearly doing this shit on purpose. Okay, but once again, this is just proving my point. It's always this weird motherfucker. Okay, that just comes in the picture and things just get strange. Why is this motherfucker with your shit when he wouldn't even? You didn't even see him take it, but he had it, and that right there just telling you the spiritual shit that's going on with all this weird shit that you don't quite understand. Be very weary of people that's always around you. Who the fuck are you? We don't know each other, but I see you all the goddamn time. Every time I look around, you standing behind me. What's up with that? You think these people are doing this for no reason? Okay, you don't necessarily need to know what's going on. You're going to figure it out. But if something rubs you the wrong way, be cautious about it. Now, like I say, people will always tell you some stuff you just have to ignore. Okay, that's what they want you to do. The pickpocket wants you to ignore shit while they stealing little by little. The rainbow zombie wants you to ignore shit while they're influencing you to be a rainbow zombie little by little. And before you know it, you're gay. Okay, and people try to talk all this shit. You have free will, but you know why you have free will? Because you keep bullshit from dominating your will. You know what the fuck you about. I'm about this. I'm not about that rainbow zombie shit. So you can keep that rainbow zombie shit. Don't try to introduce that little shit over here. Okay. Get your gay ass on somewhere. You keep that shit over there. Like I say, you just let people pile little shit up on you. The people try to take little shit from you. Okay. And they try to replace it with something stupid. Just like that. It's like playing Jenga. Okay. Except they just trying to build something dumb in a subtle way. I'm trying to see if I can give you out an example. So just imagine this being Jenga. Okay. And instead of somebody just doing like this and having it fall, obviously they just do this number here. Okay, let's say that this was already on top of this, but they moving and do this number here. That's how they trying to get you. Okay, now once again, anybody telling you that you're paranoid, that's the first of all, not only are they a coward, but it's a high possibility that they one of the motherfuckers, that's in cahoots with the motherfuckers doing this shit. This shit is a heist. And a heist is never a one man job. Okay. A heist is never a one man job. Let's look at heist since I just said that. Okay, a robbery, a steal. This ain't exact. I know they can elaborate on it more. All right. Heist definition: a robbery or holdup. 4 men were involved in the armored car heist. Hey, that's just deep right there. It's an armored car. Okay, there's barriers. They're doing things to slip through those barriers to take something valuable. Okay, to take unlawfully, especially in a robbery or a hold up steal. That's why you got the witchcraft. Okay, once again, it pays to be aware. Like, you being aware does more than what you think it does. You might not necessarily know what they're trying to steal, but you're on to them. Okay, but you're on to them. And in my draft, I made use of the word jaded because that's how people try to see you when you're always complaining about things. Like, I'm always complaining about hoes and how they cheat me, out of what I'm supposed to have from them. I'm like, hold up. We supposed to be going to the next level. How the fuck you just cut me off right then and there? Or chicks that do little lame shit, like when they supposed to fuck, they'll ghost. Like, they be doing lame shit. They'll go out of their way to be lame or whatever. Or like how some people would take opportunities from it. Hey, you said that you was gonna let me have a spot right here, then you just ghosted me. You supposed to be giving me this opportunity to work for you. You ghosted. It's always something. It's the same thing. Okay, so there are so many complaints. Okay, to the point where people start calling you jaded. Okay, now what you say and what you think is two different things. You can say all this and still be happy and cheerful on the inside. Okay, but the definition of jaded is fatigued by overwork, made dull, apathetic, or cynical by experience or by having or seeing too much of something. Okay, and that's kind of ironic how men get jaded versus how hoes get jaded. Hoes get jaded just by having everything handed to them. Okay, men get jaded by having shit sabotaged and shit, or stolen from them. And like I said, you complaining is just complaining. They don't necessarily tell people your disposition on life or whatever. And if they are willing to perceive you like that, once again, they are part of that shit. Okay. You can get mad about some injustice. You can get mad about, people cheating at a game and shit and just working together against you like that. There ain't nothing wrong with that shit. What is wrong is, oh man, let me just ignore it. That's just the way life feels. That's an insult to God. You gonna sit up there and tell God that he wasn't blessing you, that he just wished the worst for you, you ain't do shit? Okay, unless you know for a fact that you did something to piss him off. That's just like somebody designing a video game, okay, and you like all the characters that you made, okay, except the character that you're actually controlling is choosing to blame you and say the game is rigged against you. I'm like, no, the fuck it ain't. I gave all y'all great attributes. Okay, why you ain't saying shit to this motherfucker playing online with all these hacks? Now, like I said, it's like somebody playing GTA online and blaming the developer for the fact that this motherfucker has a money hack or an invincibility cheat. That's crazy. Okay, and this is crazy. And I also forgot to mention another example involving like something work related. And I said this on another video. Like how I said that weird motherfucker will come into a job and you notice that motherfucker's a burglar. Like that one time I was telling you at that warehouse full of holes, and that right there is deep. And I'm gonna keep coming back to that point in numerous videos. Dusty nigga with tattoos told me he do magic and witchcraft and all this type of stuff. Comes in there, okay, and they was all on me when I first got in there. Every little thing I did, they act like I'm incompetent. I'm like, that was just one tiny mistake. Then you ain't training all that well, so fuck you. And they basically set it up to where you make, to where they make you look stupid. I'm like, you didn't get the best instructions, so I'm only making do. I'm just trying to figure this shit out because you on some other shit. And he come in, and he just kind of wing it. He don't ask questions. If he don't know it, he just go through the motions and just fuck up, and I end up having to fix it. He working fast. And they be like, well, he get it fast. They don't say it, but I can see it. And every time he fucks up, I fix his problem. He disappears. They always do that at the job. And the chick will come to the door and say, somebody didn't put this on here. I can't scan it. Where's the label for this? I'm like, who the fuck keep doing this? Okay, or if it's not me, they'll say, hey, Negro Ninja, come fix this. Like one of the old workers. Yeah, come fix this. Somebody made a mistake. I'm like, if it was me, you would have knew it was me. But they always, do shit. They'll cause havoc and disappear at the right moments and shit. That's something I notice about people. All right. But, this is pretty rough, though. I'm going to come back to all this type of stuff, and I'm just end it here. And this has been the Negro Ninja. No, wait, let me finish this point. Okay, and once again, that's what they do. People try to, like I said, they try to steal, and they try to replace it with dumber parts. Okay, people try to put a burden on your life. That's just what they do. You got to watch people. If you know some motherfuckers is always watching you and try to work their way all over to you to try to network, fuck that person. Okay, and if you notice that you see a person and you might not necessarily catch them watching you, but if you just happen to see this person and then y'all eventually start talking, that's already a setup. Okay, and like I said, I'm coming back to this and refine it. And this has been the Negro Ninja, bringing you your Negro message for today. Negro out.